Hi guys, it's Legionero. Welcome back to my channel, and I would also like to welcome all of my new subscribers. For the month of December, I decided to do a 12 days of DIY Christmas gifts. These are gifts that will be quick and easy that you can make for your loved ones, and the good thing about these gifts is you don't just have to give them on Christmas, you can also give them as birthday gifts as well. So each day we'll be doing a different tutorial for quick and easy projects that can be done in under an hour, and also with minimal supplies. So today on day one we are doing an infinity scarf. So all you'll need is a half a yard of fabric. I'm using knit fabric, but you can use any fabric to make this infinity scarf. You're going to need some pins, your coordinating thread, your sewing machine, and your scissors. So go ahead and grab your half a yard of fabric and let's get started. So because I'm using a knit fabric for my infinity scarf, I'm going to be using a zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. Because with this infinity scarf, you can wear it long or you can twist it and wear it in different ways like that. I'll pop a couple of pictures on the screen so you can see the different ways that you can wear the infinity scarf. So that's the reason why I'm using a zigzag stitch on my knit fabric. So usually when you get your fabric from the store, it's folded with right size facing and the selvage edges meeting. For our infinity scarves, we do not want our fabric folded this way. What we're going to do, go ahead and turn your fabric to the side. The selvage edges are to my left. I'm going to unfold my fabric all the way. Alright. So my fabric now has only one selvage edge to my left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place my fabric with right side spacing. Alright. And you have a selvage edge on your left and you also have a selvage edge on your right. So that's how you want to make sure that you fold your fabric with your right side spacing. Alright. Then go ahead and pin all the way down from one selvage edge to the other selvage edge. While you are pinning, leave an opening. Doesn't matter where you leave an opening, just make sure you leave an opening. So what I'm going to do to remind myself to leave an opening, I'm going to use two different pin colors. Right, so I'm at about the middle, and this is where I'm going to use my two different pin colors. Right, and I'm leaving about a 5-inch opening. Alright, so these pins will let me know when to start and stop. Now when you get to your first pin, make sure you back stitch a couple of times, lift your needle up, and then come down to your second pin where you're leaving the opening, back stitch a couple of times, and keep sewing till you get to the other selvage edge. Alright, so once you get it all pinned, not forgetting to leave your opening, we're going to take this to the sewing machine and we're going to sew from one selvage edge all the way to the other selvage edge, leaving that opening. Alright, so now you should have one big long tube. Alright, so this is one selvage edge. I sewed all the way down. I have my opening here and I sewed all the way down to the other selvage edge. Now I'm going to fold this in half just so I can cut off these selvage edges, because you don't want to sew your selvage edges. You're not supposed to. You can, but you're not supposed to. So I'm just going to cut them off. Alright, so now that you have your one long tube, you've cut off your selvage edges. So I'm going to place my hand in one end of the tube. Alright, so I'm just going to place my arm in one end of the tube, and I'm just going to gather it all together until I get to the other end of the tube. Alright, Now my hand is on the other, coming out of the other end of the tube. What you're going to do, you're going to place this tube with right sides facing. So my hand is here on the end. I'm just going to gather this in, and I'm going to take my tube and I'm going to pull that end until it meets the other end. Alright? Because I'm placing it with right sides facing. So now both ends are now right sides facing. Alright? So I'm just going to pin this, making sure that my seams are meeting. Right? You're going to pin all the way around. Alright, you're going to take this to the sewing machine and you're going to sew all the way around with the 1/2 inch seam allowance. Make sure that they are right sides facing. Right, now that you sewed all the way around, now we're going to turn this to the right side. And feel free to serge this. I'm just not serging because of the sake of the tutorial, but feel free to serge any of your seams or do a zigzag stitch on any of your seams. So now what you want to do, you want to find the opening that you left in your infinity scarf. Alright, so remember we left about a 5-inch opening here. Alright, so you're just going to use this opening to pull your infinity scarf to the right side. Might take a little maneuvering, but you'll get it. Alright, so once you have it all pulled to the right side, it's all nice and neat the way you want it. You can give it a good press, and the opening that you left, you want to fold that in, give it a good press, and you can do one of two things here. You can slip stitch this closed. That will probably be a lot neater than what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm just going to edge stitch this closed. Alright, so give it a good press, and whatever you decide to do, whether you decide to slip stitch it or edge stitch it, we need to close this opening. Alright, so I closed up the opening that I left in my infinity scarf, and what I decided to do, I just decided to keep going all the way around so it would look like a top stitch, so it would look nice and neat. Alright, so if you're like me and you don't like to hand sew, I actually don't know how to hand sew. That's one thing I need to work on. My stitches when I hand sew are very loose. Anyway, story for another time. So I just went all the way around to make it look like I top stitched around the edge of my entire infinity scarf. Right, so once you close up that opening, and if you decide to top stitch, you are all done. Alright, so this part here that has the seam, this will be on the back of, I'll put this around my neck so you won't see that part of it. So that's it, guys. You have a quick and easy infinity scarf. This will make a great Christmas gift. You can wear it long, or you can twist it and layer it. It just depends on how you like to wear your scarf. If you enjoyed this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And I'll see you in day 2 of our 12 DIY Christmas gifts.